So I put my baby on the moon.
Yes.
So it's not made of flesh. It was a robotic spacecraft that we designed with special ion propulsion, ion engine, but also miniaturized sensors. So it had a camera the size of a human eye. It had infrared sensors. It was like an extraterrestrial robot. So we sent it around the moon, and we looked back at the Earth, but also we explored the moon. We looked at places on the moon that could harvest ice. We looked at places that are very cold, permanent shadows, the coldest temperature in the solar system, and we even found places where it's almost always sunlight. So that's where we want to go back for the next step, which will be a robotic village of landers, and later a moon village with humans that will be permanently on the surface of the moon.
And
Now,
that sounds. We were talking about this a little bit off air. You guys are trying to predict around like what 2030, 2025.
So okay, there are various phases.
Prediction, of course.
Actually, we talk about moon village, and moon village includes everybody, all of us, all of you. So it's a village on Earth, global village, where we use this opportunity to go to another world, which is not so far. It's just 3 days from us. It's just 1 second to go there with the speed of light. But Mars is much further.
Far. Yeah.
But to involve your body, to do more science, innovation, technology, inspire the kids to study, and also get some of the money invested in Pacific Ventures, and have a kind of new renaissance outside the Earth.
Wow.
Now, how would you prepare people for this, right?
Okay, so we have to prepare us first. So, and we started with a phase where we said, okay, first let's send some robotic probe around the moon. So I had a chance to be in the team that built the first European probe, Spark 1, we launched in 2003. And then when our data started to come, other countries came to us. US, India, China, Japan. We made them, we collaborated with them, and then they developed their own probes. And then we built a community of scientists and engineers to build a fleet around the world. But we realized it was much beyond ourselves, because the public were interested, the kids were interested, and so in fact now we are talking about a moon village that involves a much broader base, and not only the elite, the space world, but all of us, because the moon is important for all humankind. You can see it when you're a kid, you can identify it. I don't know if you have seen the moon through a telescope.
Yes.
Yes,
a few times.
You have done that. And also our audience also, I recommend you go with a small telescope, watch the moon, and then you can already start to navigate there.
So you're very well versed in the moon.
Yeah, actually, it's a motion that is useful for life, for our evolution. It was developed to protect us from things that we cannot really control. But the way to go beyond fear is to learn, to try to know things, and to be able to predict, so that we can change, we can control our destiny. And I think that yes, let's have a bit of fear, but let's use it as an ingredient to go to the next step, to develop, for instance, technologies for ourselves and also for deep space. And this helps us also to study this question: is there another life in the solar system?
Yeah.
And that could have a huge influence. If we found another source of life, we could learn, develop, for instance, medicines for all of us. And if we don't find life, maybe then we can go earlier with humans on the surface of Mars.
And then be the ones who actually are the first ones to step there.
And then we bring life, because the destiny of life is to go beyond. And so we could maybe bring life in the closest stars.
So regardless of where that scale tips, the fear is used as a tool of learning. Yeah. In that case, that's awesome.
That's great.
That's awesome. Thank you for that. That's actually like the one thing like I was thinking about all day.
Some quick. Well, I mean, come on.
Maybe.
So actually, there is a lot of alien in us. In terms of the ingredients that created life.
Yes.
As you know, in our body, we have water.
Right.
The hydrogen from this water, this was created at the Big Bang.
Yes.
The oxygen from this water, it was created in the core of stars. So a lot of all the heavy element, carbon, nitrogen.
We are made of space stuff.
We are star stuff. a bit of Big Bang stuff. If you like gold, also gold, it was created when neutron stars, very dense stars, collide. So all these elements are alien, and they were integrated when our sun, our star formed, and they gave birth to some very complex reactions, and some of that was on comet, on asteroid, and then they found a habitable place here on Earth where there was water, there was also hot conditions, and some chemistry developed that gave rise to our life. So we don't know if this happened somewhere else in the solar system or in the universe. We think that in the solar system, maybe Mars was as habitable as the Earth, like 4 billion years ago.
Yeah.
So we can all be one of the Celestials.
So maybe life started on Mars and then this moved to the Earth, but I think more likely it really started here.
It started here, and then we're gonna go.
So in a scientific view, I guess you'd say, how do you take death? Because life is all energy, so energy never dies. So what happens when the human mortal coil dies?
Yeah, life is more than energy. Life is repeating a message in the structure of
Cells.
The cells, but using energy, resources, carbon, and reproducing ourselves, allowing some evolution, so that the things get more and more complex and can survive further.
So if the possibility of the way life was created here is so infinitesimal to have happened someplace else, but yet the universe is infinite, so how great are the chances for this to have happened someplace else?
Well, the great
Or for it to be happening someplace else right now?
yeah, it's a great chance that we have, and we know that life exists here.
Yes.
But that's the only information we know. We have
is
not
very true.
detected. So we know that in our galaxy there are 100 billion stars. Around each of these stars, we have now shown that there is at least 1 or 2 planets. Some of them can be habitable, have the right condition on the surface where you could have liquid water, which helps. It helps in our case. But you could have also worlds which have icy world where you have ocean under the ice. Also, this could be habitable, and we have such worlds, for instance, as you mentioned, in the outer solar system, Titan, Europa, the moon of Ganymede, the moon of Jupiter. They could be habitable in the oceans, but we don't know
Until
if life could be created there. And also, the big question is. Life on Earth is quite universal, but it has quite complex past to evolve until now. But did the same happen on other worlds, or did you have a completely different genesis of life with different molecules and DNA?
Not carbon-based life forms, possibly?
Sulfur-based life?
But carbon-based is the most natural because it's it can create very complex molecules, very diverse. But we can be open. So in the case, we have also some other ingredients that are part of the DNA. So we have phosphor.
And could there be other minerals or chemicals that we haven't even discovered that could make a whole type of life form that we have no even idea about?
No, we know quite well the elements. That's quite universal in the on Earth, and we can know how they are on other stars in the interstellar medium. At the time of the Big Bang, the laws of nature were so uncertain that it could be that there could have been other universes, but we lost connection with them.
Yes.
So we are born to this world.
So here's the most important question of them all. Who's the better pilot, Chewbacca or Rocket Raccoon?
Chewie.
You have some of these near Earth asteroids. Some of them are approaching the Earth very close, and every day we receive
happens all the
small
time, right?
meteorites. 65 million years ago, we had a 10-kilometer asteroid that's created a catastrophe that
Gulf of
erased
Mexico.
the dinosaurs
stars, yeah.
Gulf of
and so
Mexico,
on.
yeah.
But that gave also the opportunity for other little mammals to develop. So this happened, and that's true that in order to understand, first we need to survey all the dangerous bodies. So those that would kill all life on Earth, but also some that could have a regional consequence. So even so 100 meter, 1 kilometer body, we need to map them.
Yeah.
We need also to explore some of them in situ to know what they are made of. You know, are they very solid or are they fluffy? So they are fluffy, they have less impact. So for this reason, we are
fluffy asteroids. I did not
Yeah.
know.
yes. Some of these asteroids are porous because they have been made by accreting some dust of some grain of dust in the beginning of the.
So like it
stems.
could
Gotcha.
disintegrate at some point.
So if that,
depending
that
on-
were to obviously get into our atmosphere, that would burn up a lot better than
But-
something dense that was basically made of iron.
Yeah.
Essentially.
But some asteroids, as you say, are iron cores
Yes.
of embryo of planets at the beginning of.
Yes.
But it's a very cold world.
Yes.
But it's true. The next step is the moon because the moon is just.
It's just right around the corner.
It's the eighth continent of the Earth. You
Yes.
know, it was part of the Earth. So 4.5 billion years ago.
That is
So
very
it's
true.
our destination, and not only to explore, but to use, to live there, to settle. Mars
Colonization again.
Mars is a more distant world. It is like a little brother of the Earth. So it has some ingredient, atmosphere, past water. So eventually we could settle there, and we could even terraform it.
That is very true.
The real question is there cheese on the moon?
If you look at the moon, that's true. That's you see some black area like holes.
That's a bunch of cheese.
That's a bunch of cheese.
Yeah.
No, in fact, when we went there, we realized it's mostly a mineral world. But we found with our experiment calcium on the moon and hydrogen. So with all of this, you could make cheese.
Yeah.
And,
Oh my
Buffet.
god.
going
So,
to the
so the
moon.
moon is almost made of cheese. So like they were almost right. It's part of the steps.
Actually, the one ingredient is missing. There is very little carbon. So
We need to bring the carbon.
we need to bring the carbon. So
bring ourselves.
we bring some organic material. Maybe all the plastic we don't want on the earth. No, we could have
idea.
high value there.
I like that.
Oh,
That's a good
eventually.
idea.
You started something.
It just seems so practical when he says it.